Hello, welcome to another Retro Core Gaming Pickups. And we got a lot of good stuff to take a look at today. Not only has it been a good month for myself and picking up some nice games for cheap prices, but also you guys have been buying quite a lot, so we'll take a look at that stuff at the end of the show. But first up, let's take a look at the stuff I've managed to pick up over the last couple of weeks. So first up, we've got this Famicom Clone. Take a look at that. Isn't that lovely? This is a Famicom or a NES clone, and basically it looks like a Super Famicom controller with a screen on. Since this is from China, I will be covering this in my Chinese knockoffs video series coming sometime next week, hopefully. So that'll be one to look out for. Now, as far as games go, it's been a pretty good week for retro games and brand new games. So first of all, let's take a look at the brand new stuff. So first game I wanted to talk about was Sonic Heroes. Now the thing is, Sonic Heroes is not a bad game, but it is incredibly easy. As you can see up here on the screen, it looks good, right? No problem there. It looks really nice, plays really well, but as I said, it's way too easy. Now when you first switch the game on, it actually defaults to the hardest setting, and it says this is the setting you should use if you played Sonic games before. Well, that's the setting I played it on, and I finished it in 2 days. Seriously, 2 days. But I did manage to get the special edition pack, so I do have the Sonic skin for the Xbox One controller. That's about it, so yeah, take a look at that. I mean, the skin's not bad, is it? It's pretty good, but yeah, it would have been better if it was painted on. But anyway, that's the only thing I've got left of Sonic Heroes. Sonic Forces I should say. That's the only thing we've got left of it. Oh well, never mind. But I did pick up another couple of Xbox One games. Now I'm not sure if I showed this in the last video, I think I didn't. This is Super Lucky's Tale, as you can see here. Now, Super Lucky's Tale is one of those Xbox platforming games that is enhanced for the Xbox One X. So it does run in 4K. Now I got this just before Sonic Forces and I still haven't finished this. It's not an amazing 3D platformer, but it is pretty good. So if you're after something, you know, for the younger players, or just a challenging platformer in general where you got to collect a lot of stuff, then this is definitely one to think about. Not a bad game at all. Other Xbox One games I picked up was this. This is Record the Definitive Edition. This was going on Amazon for 1,200 yen, brand new. And as you can see, I still haven't opened it. It actually arrived a couple of days ago. And again, this is another title which is Xbox One X enhanced. And it's also HDR. Fortunately, I don't have an Xbox One X because you can't find them in Japan anywhere. And I don't have a 4K TV anyway, so I'll just play that on the regular Xbox One X. No, regular Xbox One. Okay, and finally for the Xbox One, again, another Xbox One X enhanced game. This is LA Noire. Now, I actually have this on the Xbox 360, and the Xbox 360 version was very good. But this one runs in a full 1080p on the standard Xbox One, or 4K on Xbox One X. And it does have better shadowing, a bit more detail in the graphics and things like that. But it is starting to show its age because the character models and the polygon models in general have not really been improved over the original version, which is on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. But still an excellent game, and I've been really getting into it in the last 2 days. It's good to go back to it. Okay, so we've also picked up a couple of PlayStation 2 games, and it's been a very good week indeed, or a very good couple of weeks. First up, we got Arcana Heart. Now, those of you who are into the 2D fighting games, one-on-one beat-em-ups, will know Arcana Heart as one of those series that features a lot of girls with big breasts. But it's more than that, it is actually a pretty solid fighting game. So I picked this one up for 500 yen. It is the best series, so it's not the original release. But as you can see, it's in perfect condition, so 500 yen, not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that. So another one for the collection. Also picked up this one. Basically I picked this up because of the cover. This is Vampire Panic. Just look at that. I mean, from the cover alone, it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? This is an action RPG, well, not action RPG, it's basically an action overhead game. And the good thing about this, it comes with a demo disc of Berserk, as you can see right here. So we've got a demo disc of Berserk and the actual game of Vampire Panic, so that's pretty good. Still haven't had a chance to play it though, so I'm looking forward to trying that one out. Cover looks good, so hopefully the game's good. Okay, staying with PlayStation 2, we've got this. This is Duranga, or Duraga, or whatever you pronounce it as. Doruaga, or whatever. Anyway, this is based upon that classic Namco dungeon crawler game. Again, I have not played this one, but judging from the screenshots on the back and the video running up there, it seems to be a pretty good action game, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. Maybe I should learn how to pronounce the title as well. Okay, and here's one from Sega. This is Virtual on Mars. Believe it or not, this was only 100 yen, and it was sold as junk, and looking at it, it is in absolute immaculate condition. It's in really good condition. Now, Virtual on Mars is not the best of the Virtual on games, but still, it's a Virtual on game that I don't have in my collection, and I have them all now that I have this. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying that one out as well. You see a pattern? I haven't actually played any of these yet. I've been really busy this month. I hope I've got time to play them before Christmas comes along. Probably not actually. Okay, this one was about 200 yen. This is actually pretty crappy. This is Space Riders. And this is some Taito action game with aliens. It's pretty crappy to be honest. But you know, it's cheap and it's kind of obscure and I didn't have it in my collection, so why not pick it up? Okay, not much to say about that really. Okay, and here we got another PlayStation 2 game. This is Biohazard Outbreak, or Outbreak I should say. This is an offshoot of the Biohazard series. Now, the main selling point of this is that it was actually online. Now, there's not many online games on the PlayStation 2, unlike the Dreamcast, which pretty much every game had some sort of net connectivity to it. But for PlayStation 2, that wasn't the case. But this title, Biohazard Outbreak, was one of the few action games with online playability. It follows the traditional, you know, Biohazard stories, you know, but it's not a bad game. I haven't played too much of it yet, but what I have played seems to be fairly good. So I'm looking forward to getting more into that. And as you can see, it comes with a nice little colour manual as well, as you'd expect. Okay, and the last one on the PlayStation 2, we have Orphan. This is a dungeon crawler RPG. It was released by ESP Games in Japan, who released a few different titles which I like, such as Gun Griffin 2, even though that was developed by Game Arts. They also did the Slayer series on the Saturn and PlayStation, which I did like. So hopefully this is going to be a good game. As you've seen the video up there, it looks fairly decent, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. Okay, now PlayStation aside, we've got some Sega stuff as well. First up is a classic. This is on the Mega CD, known in America as Panic. This is Switch. Oh yeah, Switch for the Mega CD. And I'm sure you all know about this game. Basically, it's one of those weird games on the Sega system that only Japan would think of. You walk around, press buttons, and see what happens. Basically, you've got to press buttons to get to wherever you've got to be in the game. But crazy stuff does happen if you press the wrong button. And just look at the dog on the back of that box. I don't know if that's on the US box, but a dog with breasts? What the hell? Oh man. And it's also one of those weird games where the cover actually opens up into a mini poster, so the actual manual is just an insert like that, and when you take out the main part, it actually folds out into a little poster instruction manual, as you can see. There's a little magic eye thing there on the bottom. I'm not sure if you can see that, but if you can, give it a try. I couldn't get it to work. Okay. So I've played that millions of times in the past, and it's really weird and it's kind of funny. So I'm looking forward to showing my son it actually. He'll probably get a kick out of that one. Okay, and we've got a couple of Dreamcast games here, if I can get hold of them. Another classic, one that I picked up again just to play with my son. This is Pen Pen Triathlon. Now, I'm sure you all know about this as well. Basically, it's a racing game where you take control of a couple of freaky characters. You can run, you can wobble, you can swim, and you can slide on your belly. Basically, you do any sort of move that gets you to the goal. It's pretty crazy and quite humorous. It's not very good to play, mind you, but as a party game, it's good fun. So I'm looking forward to playing that with my son as well. He should like it, he loves things like Mario Kart and so on. Okay, and we also have another biohazard game, or Resident Evil, if you want to call it that. This is called Veronica, the original press on the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast did get a re-release of this, which was the same as the PlayStation 2 version, but this is the original version with some parts missing from it. I think it's basically a big battle at the end with the Wesker is missing on this version, but it is in the re-release and it is in the PlayStation 2 version. It came much later than this. So I probably won't play that because I've played it a million times before, but it's one that I did have in my collection and I stupidly sold. But luckily I found this for 50 yen. I mean 50 yen, to put that into perspective, a can of Coke from the vending machine is 130 yen, so yeah, 50 yen. So definitely a bit stupid if I pass that up. And finally, we've got some NEC PC Engine love coming this way with 2 games. So we've got Sidearm Special, which is an updated version of that classic Iron horizontal scrolling shooter. Really looking forward to that. Great soundtrack on this one too. And we also have Red Alert. Now this is actually by Telnet Japan, and as we know, Telnet Japan are not exactly the best company out there when it comes to quality games. But surprisingly, this, what you could call a Commando or Mercs clone type game, is actually fairly good. Now the English version has really bad dubbed audio on it, and I know a lot of people say you should play that one just for the comedy value, but it really puts me off the game. So personally, I prefer this Japanese version. And surprisingly, even though PC Engine CD-ROM games are really expensive these days, both of these titles were pretty cheap. This one was 800 yen, and this one was, what was this? I think it was about 500 yen. So both of them were really good buys. So if you've got a PC Engine CD and you're looking for some cheap quality games, these are 2 games that you should be picking up. Okay, so that's it for my gaming pickups over the last couple of weeks. Now it's time to take a look and see what you guys have been buying. Now, as always, if you want to send me your gaming buys, in fact, the next gaming pickups video I'll do will be after Christmas, so send me all the game pictures of all the good stuff that you got during Christmas to the address down here below, and what I'll do is I'll feature them on the next gaming pickups video. But for now, let's take a look at some of the good stuff you guys have been buying.